Hi everybody, I hope all is well.
Happy Friday.
So before we jump into the video, we just wanted to address the news that we won't be meeting in person again this year. We're still going to continue online learning until June 12th, but we won't be going back to school. With that announcement, there's a lot of new information that's coming out, so things may change. We're going to try and answer these questions as best we can, but also when we get new information, we'll get it to you.
Yes. Um, okay, so the first question. What are your thoughts on school being canceled for the rest of the year? We are talking about 7 months here, bigger than that of summer vacation.
So, like I alluded to in the opening, school isn't canceled. We're just not going to meet in person anymore. There's still going to be learning going on until the 12th. Obviously, I'm disappointed. I'd rather be in the classroom working with you, but we'll work with the circumstances that we have.
When are we going back to school? Are we starting the next year at a regular date or earlier because of the missed quarter?
Not as far as I know, because we are still in school until June 12th and we're still doing online learning until June 12th. So right now we're going back at our regular date and I haven't heard anything to the contrary.
Just that's why the online learning and classroom assignments we're posting, that's why those are so important, because we do want to be able to count this as a full school year. So if you feel like your teachers are on your back, that's why we want to make sure you get credit for your learning this year. This one's not a question, but I need an update about MCAS and PSAT.
So MCAS is canceled for this year. I don't know if you're going to have to take it another year. That's still being worked out by the state. PSATs you took a long time ago, and the scores are posted on your student portal. You'll take it again sophomore year and junior year before you take the actual SATs, so that should be all straightened out for you.
And freshman year is just kind of like, oh, we want you to get used to what this test looks like.
Well, and two, so you can figure out what you need to focus on, what you need to study more.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble finding your results, I would also reach out to your guidance counselor.
Yes. Can I have some quick work to do? I'm not sure who wrote that question.
So the assignments we've been posting have been designed to take about 15 minutes per day. So as long as you're doing what's on the classroom, it should be quick. That being said, I've seen some responses that people clearly didn't spend a full 15 minutes on, and I want to see meteor responses so that I can give you actual feedback.
Same. If you add up 15 minutes 5 times a day, that's a little over an hour. So I don't think, even if you wait till the last minute to do that whole journal, that should still be about an hour's worth of work. So I think in terms of quick work, we're not trying to overwhelm you with the amount of work. Do you take off points if something is late?
No, as long as you're doing the work, you'll gain points.
I wouldn't recommend going back and doing work from weeks ago at this point. Just try to stay current with all of the work. What's the plan for the rest of the school year? Are we doing more units about different topics based on real life? Are we getting a final?
So we're going to continue with online learning. I don't know if we're going to continue with thematic units. We heard something about each subject area having certain topics they're going to have to focus on, so we'll keep you up to date as we find out about that. There's not going to be a traditional final like there would be that's worth 10% of your grade for the year. You might get one more project or one more quiz or something like that, but it won't be a final in the traditional sense.
Yeah, the rest of the school year is going to look different, and we're going to follow the directions of whatever South tells us to do. So just know that all of these assignments we're pushing out are not just because we feel like we want to give you stuff to do. We're following what's suggested by the school and the district. What are we going to read next?
So Mrs. Arce and I have been talking, and if we can figure out a way to make it work, we're going to try and do a unit where we read the book Animal Farm and study the Russian Revolution at the same time. So we'll let you know if we get the go-ahead for that and what that's going to look like. I just ordered the graphic novel the other day, actually, so that should be coming in.
And some of you have asked about Romeo and Juliet and continue to ask about that. Like I said, I hope that there's a way I can do that remotely, but more will come about that as the weeks move on. I heard students without devices to work on might receive Chromebooks. If that happens, what's your plan? Can we start doing classes on Zoom or no?
Again, this is something we're waiting to hear on depending on after these thematic units are done where we're going next. So we'll keep you posted. I hope we do something like that. But we don't know, and we hope to find out with our department meetings in our faculty meeting next week.
We're going to continue to do the office hours. Ms. Moulin said this week we're going to start taking attendance and writing down who's coming just to see how many kids are attending the office hours. I think there's still other logistical problems with that. Even if everybody gets a Chromebook, it might not be every individual person. It might be one per household. So we can try to do more online Zoom stuff, but I don't know if we could ever require it. Next question. Were we ever going to go over 9th century England, Saxon versus Danes?
No, that predates the course a little bit. I know we went really far back to study world religions, but Saxons and Danes wasn't in the scope. You should have gotten that in 7th grade, but it will be coming to the freshmen this upcoming year because the course is changing.
I have some good recommendations on literature from that period if you are interested. I had to take many a class. Are you guys doing okay food-wise?
We are. We're very lucky that we've been able to stay healthy and been able to go shopping for food. And because the online learning is happening, we continue to get paid. We hope all of you are too. When I post this video on the classroom, I'll post a link to where you can get some food if you need some. We have, or not we, the Worcester Public Schools has food trucks out delivering food 5 days a week. And I know on Fridays they give you extra if you need it for the weekend. So I'll post the link to that.
Mr. I wrote a song, want to hear?
Yeah, send it along. Maybe we'll include it in next week's video.
If you could teach anything other than history, Mr. Aracey, or English, Mrs. Aracey, what would you teach?
That's a tough one. I would love to teach a biology type of class. I am always interested in science, not as much chemistry and physics, but I do really like biology. I'd also love to teach an art class. Again, I'm not super skilled at it, but I love art. I used to teach art history, so I would love to be able to do something with that.
For me, I feel like that's kind of a cheat question because I'm also certified to teach theater and I have taught theater previously. So working with in theater, teaching theater. I also, when I was in college, I said if I do become a teacher, I want to be a history teacher, not an English teacher, but I decided I like English more. So history or theater. What day of the week would you remove if possible?
I know this is going to sound cliche, but probably Monday, just because it's, you know what, actually, no, I'm going to say Tuesday, because Monday, it's the beginning of the week, at least you're starting something. Tuesday, there's nothing really special about it, where Wednesday, you're kind of halfway through the week, and then you're getting towards the weekend, so I'll say Tuesday.
I would say Sunday night. I don't like the Sunday night, like, anxiety, getting ready for the week. What is your favorite board game and why?
Mine's probably Scattergories. I really enjoy Scattergories. I enjoy trying to categorize things and come up with creative ideas and lists, and it's a game that you can play with any number of people. So I really enjoy that because you can use it with almost any size. You could even really play it with yourself if you wanted to.
I like Clue. I think of all time, if I had to pick, Clue would be one of my favorites. What's your favorite scary movie?
Mine is probably Get Out. I love what Jordan Peele did with it. I love kind of the racial message behind it as well. So I like that it kind of shows you things on multiple levels. I'm not really into scary movies that much, but I did really enjoy that one.
I don't know that I have a favorite scary movie. I like scary movies more than Mr. Aracey does. What is your favorite season and why?
My favorite season is probably the summertime because I have more flexibility to get out and hike and explore new places. So probably the summertime.
The fall, but I answered that at the very beginning of the school year on our slideshow. But fall is definitely my favorite season. Favorite seasoning?
Maybe you should answer this one. You love seasoning.
Salt.
I like to mix it up with my seasonings. I like Sazón seasonings. I like most things with pepper. Mrs. Aracey doesn't love seasonings as much, so usually when I'm using a lot of seasoning, it's for myself, or when I try and sneak it in, I sometimes get scolded for putting too much seasoning.
What are your favorite flavors of ice cream?
I had a s'mores ice cream, I think, at Gibby's not too long ago that I really liked. I like s'mores in almost any form, so I'll go with that.
Chocolate or mint chocolate chip. Is there any food you really want but can't have right now?
I would love to go on a trip to Wright's Chicken Farm.
Ugh,
Right now, that's one of my favorite restaurants, and I'm very sad that I can't go there.
I don't know. None, because I feel like,
I also really like Maddie's, so I'm
yeah,
sad to miss that.
I don't think so for me. Favorite boy and girl names?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Luckily, we don't have to decide yet, so TBD.
Favorite Pokemon?
So I actually brought a prop for this one. My little Bulbasaur here. I actually wore Bulbasaur socks to our wedding. Some runners up would be Jellicent and Torkoal, but Bulbasaur will always be the number one.
All right, I am gonna butcher the pronunciation of this next question, but it's a riddle. I am blue, but not Penpour. I am huge, but not Blastoise. I am from the Hoenn region, but not Mudkip. I am legendary. Who am I?
Kyogre.
Right. What are some things you are looking forward to after quarantine?
Definitely just going out and going on hikes places. You all know I love hiking. I'm sad we didn't get to do really much outdoors club this year. I want to get out, travel, see some places, and mostly just to spend time with family and friends, not over Zoom.
Yeah, just being able to go and see our family, see friends, going, just not having to think and plan like, oh, I want to go to this place. I just want to be able to get in the car and go. What's your favorite period? 6, 7, or 8, 9? You must only pick one. I feel like you can't ask a teacher to do that, and this is on the record.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's it.
All right, on that note, we're heading out. Also, somebody asked me what the best cheese was, but we already answered that in another video, so go back and watch that video if you want to know what the best cheese is. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.